Yeah, opening statement, we'll take questions.
I thought it was a hard-fought game. Obviously, we were playing from behind for the majority of the game. Really, they got to us in the first half. We were really sloppy with the basketball. Had, I think, 12 turnovers at half, and it led to 16 points by them, and that was really the separation that they got in that first half. And I was proud of our guys the second half. We could have laid down and gone away, but we didn't. Our guys really battled. They're a good group of kids that just want to play hard and play to the final horn. And I think we could have made some shots or got a couple stops down the stretch when it was down to 7 2 different times. Hopefully we could have made it a little bit more interesting in the end. But, give them a lot of credit. They showed a lot of poise, got to the foul line 34 times to our 14. That's a big difference, and that's how teams win at home.
Brian, what happened at the end with the handshakes?
I think he was upset with one of our players trying to steal the ball with 3 seconds. We're going to handle that situation. It was, the kid is a competitive kid, and we'll handle that. I think he was frustrated by that. That's all. So I can't answer for what was going on with him. I think before obviously there was a foul as well, but like I said, our kids are just trying to compete and call. They're not malicious kids. They're good kids, and they're just trying to compete until that final horn goes off. That's all.
What did Kirk say to you when you guys were talking at the handshake line? Coach Spiro, having a conversation.
He's just listened. I mean, I've known him a long time, and I was frustrated as well. I mean, I worked here for 8 years, so that's why I was frustrated. Coach Horner obviously played here, and it's just something that we want to come here and play well, and we want to be our family and friends to be proud of what we're doing and be respected. But I get the heat of it. It's just the heat of the moment. Coach is a high character guy. I'm not blaming that. It's just there's probably some things down the stretch that both teams could have cleaned up, and we got to learn from those situations.
What do you know about Seals at this point?
No, I don't know anything yet. I just know he was at the doctor's getting checked for his neck and his head, concussion-type symptoms. They were checking X-rays in case there was maybe some vertebrae or something going on in his neck. I don't know. I mean, I haven't heard anything yet.
Brian, you alluded to that one stretch in the first half where they gained a little separation with that run. Was that pretty much, in your mind, the difference in the game?
Well, it was a big start. I think we turned it over 8 of 9 possessions. I just don't think you can beat a team, let alone a Big Ten team, on their floor by not valuing the basketball. That's usually one of our strengths. And they capitalized. I mean, it's hard to get your defense set when they're running by. They are so fast. This group's going to be really talented for Iowa. I mean, it's going to, they're young and they're still learning some things defensively, but man, they're really potent offensively. And if they can get stops and string stops together, that's what happened. And you just can't catch them. Those are catastrophic turnovers when you turn over like live ball turnovers, and they just run by you. That's where that athleticism and speed really showed against us.
Coach Connor's been playing well down the stretch here in non-conference, going into Big Sky play. Just talk about his development.
Well, I mean, he's an undersized guy. I think there's probably some Iowa fans can appreciate the guy's undersized post who just got a high motor, and I think that's what he is. He's relentless with his effort and his motor and his footwork. So, yeah, it's definitely promising to watch him play and the way he's played down the stretch for us because we're going to need him.
Brian, I'm curious your thoughts on Bohannon and how he played.
I love him. I mean, he's got swagger. The term today is swagger. I think he's growing into the point guard. I don't think that was probably his natural position, but I think he's doing a great job of learning it. The one thing he doesn't get enough credit for, he usually makes the right play with the pass. He's known as a scorer and a shooter, but I think he pushes the ball with great tempo, but he's got a lot of toughness to him and swagger about him, which I like, and he doesn't back down from anybody. So I think, to me, once they've inserted him kind of into more minutes, I think that's why we've seen a change in what they're doing. So I think I'm one of the few coaches that actually coached against all 4 of the Bohannons. So I'm kind of, that's kind of a unique tidbit there. So I don't know if I've beaten any of them either. So
Anything else for Coach?
Coach, what has Jeff meant to you on your staff? And I mean, and how much do you love coming back to the state here? You and I grad, and like you said, you coached here for a while.
Yeah, I mean, this is still home. So many people here are wonderful. They've meant so much to me in my growth as a young man and as a coach. 2 of my children were born here. Yeah, I mean, this was an exciting day for me and Jeff. Obviously, Jeff is our guys are always giving Jeff a hard time about who he was as a player because it's sad when he's not that old and they don't even know who Jeff Horner is. But yeah, he's I had Dean Oliver before Jeff, so I've been blessed with having great Hawkeyes, great young coaches who do things the right way. You know, Jeff is no different as a coach as he was very passionate, and he's got a bright future. So he's been tremendous for us in recruiting the state of Iowa, and we've gotten some really good players from this state for our level. And I think that's where he's starting to make a name for himself as a recruiter. Everybody knows he's a coach's kid, and he was a really good player and has a high IQ. Now he's, you know, in this profession, you got to be able to recruit some kids as well, and he's done a great job.
We good?
You think you'd come down here again, Brian, and play?
I'd like to. I mean, we finally got rid of we had to get rid of the Fighting Sioux logo. We couldn't nickname the logo. We had to get rid of that.
Anything
Now we're able to, so it's nice. I mean, it's selfishly, I scheduled the game for today so I can stay home for Christmas. It is great scheduling. All right, thank you.